Welcome to Play in School TV, episode 27. I'm Rich Prado. In today's episode, we're going to talk about networking. Hey guys, I got a few minutes before I jump on the field to film a few kids today. So I thought I'd share with you some thoughts. It's a piece of a conversation that I share with parents and with coaches all the time. Talking about networking. So you've heard me on these blogs talk over and over again about the parallels between the college recruiting process and a job search. And if you've seen enough of these, you've heard me say that networking is and should be your first line of offense. Now, if you know me, you know I talk a lot about being proactive and everything and how important that is to a recruiting process. But I want to jump in and dive a little bit deeper into the networking piece. This could be titled a how-to guide for a high school or travel coach to network with college coaches. Let's take a few minutes and try and dissect a sound strategy and look at how a coach of any age and any experience can help their players through networking. Before we get too far along, I want to describe a scenario that I've heard college coaches complain about quite a lot. And I think I've alluded to this in the past, but it's worth repeating the scenario. So college coaches will have their phone ring, and it'll be a young high school or travel coach on the other end of the line, and they say, "Hey, I've got a shortstop. He should be your starting shortstop and 3-hole hitter for the next 4 years. He's going to be a franchise type guy." And the college coach very quickly says, "Oh, that's great. Have you seen us play?" Well, no, I haven't seen you play, but this kid's fantastic. Well, the disconnect here is it's very hard for a college coach, to take a high school or travel coach seriously with their recommendation if they haven't taken the time to go out and see what kind of product that college puts on the field. What kind of players do they put on the field? So that's a pretty quick and easy turnoff that can actually have a detrimental effect on a player. I would call something like that a hard sell. A hard sell is when you're aggressively pushing a kid on a coach when you really don't have any clue if they're a fit or not. You're just trying to get the kid placed for better or for worse. So the strategy I want to discuss is what I would consider much more of a soft sell. This strategy works really well for any high school or travel coach it doesn't matter how much experience. The reality of college coaching is that there is turnover and movement every single year at every single level. So just when you think you have gotten to know a guy or you have a contact at a particular school, they move on and now you're left without that contact. And so this soft sell approach really helps the high school and travel coach continually to update his Rolodex. And that's what networking is all about. It's what kind of Rolodex do you have? All right, so it's a pretty simple strategy. This is not rocket science, guys. This is baseball, and this is networking 101. First and foremost, a video, a well-done college recruiting video is going to be a really great resource in this strategy. So it's simple enough. Pick up the phone, call a program, whether you know anybody over there or not. Pick up the phone, you call the coaching staff at XYZ University, and you introduce yourself. "Hello, I coach at such and such a high school here in whatever town, or I coach this travel ball team. You may have heard of us." And this is the important part. Instead of telling the coach how great your guy is, what you're going to want to do is ask this coach his opinion. And that's where film comes in. okay? And so what we're doing is flipping the script. Remember that a college coach basically keeps or loses his job based on who he brings into that program. So if he's a pretty good coach, he should be pretty good at assessing talent and making decisions like that. The other thing is you have to remember is his job is on the line, not yours, okay? That's a very, very important piece that needs to be remembered is don't force kids onto programs, okay? Let these guys make their own decision. So the conversation switches to something that sounds a little bit like, hey coach, I just texted you a link to my guy, or I just emailed you a link to my guy. I'd love for you to take 30 seconds and watch him swing the bat or throw the ball, take some grounders, whatever he's going to do on film. Take 30 seconds and watch him swing the bat. While you're watching his bat, I'd love to get your feedback on him. But let me tell you about him while you're watching this video, okay? And that's where the conversation transitions. We transition this conversation very quickly from a tangible skill set to an intangible skill set. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of kids that are equally talented and same grades, same build, same skill set, and the intangibles are what separate them. So this is where you can help your kid the most. All right, so let the coach watch the swing, let him watch the arm action. Meanwhile, you're talking about how good the kid is in the locker room, what's he like on the field, is he a leader, is he a good student, how is he in the classroom, how does he act around his parents, what do his parents do for work, did they go to college, did they not go to college, what kind of money do they make, can they afford this particular school or not, are they going to get financial aid? All of these things will help coaches way more than you telling the coach that the kid's going to hit in his 3-hole. Let the coach decide for himself. He's the college coach, remember, not you. In a very short conversation, you've given the college coach an opportunity to get eyes on the kid through the video. You've discussed a ton of intangibles with that coach. Look, if your kid's not a good fit for that guy, well, at least you've learned something. And you thank the coach first time. You only took 3 to 5 minutes of his day. You say, Coach, you mind if I give you a shot next year if we got another guy that maybe is a good fit for you? And now you've just grown your Rolodex, okay? That's how a coach, doesn't matter if he's a first-year coach, a 10th year coach, or 20th year coach, can help grow his own Rolodex and help out every player in his program now, next year, and the year after. So players and parents, in a very nice way, I think you can forward this on to your coaching staff, whether they're old or young, and let them maybe learn a new trick that they hadn't considered. I see a lot of high school and travel guys who are friendly, maybe they were former teammates with a couple of coaches at a couple schools, and that's where they're sending all of their players, despite the fact that maybe they're not a great fit for that place. Okay, so having a coach that has a network that goes beyond just 2 or 3 schools is going to be really, really important for the growth of the program. So I hope this helps. If this helps one young coach, then I'm glad I made this video. Guys, don't forget, you can watch the rest of the Play in School TV videos on my new website at playinschool.com/blog. Go there, watch all the rest of the videos. I'd love to hear some comments. There's a new comment section just below the video. So definitely say hello, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social media at Play in School. Thanks a lot.